Hey, good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Morelia, and I had a person write a comment on one of my previous videos that said, hey, how come you like Morelia so much? What is it that you love about Morelia? So today I thought I would do a quick video in no particular order about what I like about Morelia, and if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you who I think would really thrive in this city. And rather than you look at me, I'm going to go ahead and turn it around, and I'm going to walk down this boulevard, and you can see kind of the path that they just recently finished here. So let's get to it. Okay, so one of the things I really love about Morelia is the fact that the city is old, like really old. It was established in 1541. Let me say that again, 1541. The city looks old, it feels old. To me, it has a soul. And when I'm here, I just feel like I belong, like I can just fit in. Even though I don't look like a Mexican, I've got silver hair, I've got blue eyes. When I'm here, I just feel like I'm part of the community. The city is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site because so many of the older buildings are still beautifully maintained. There's no graffiti on them. They have a lot of the original murals, especially from like the 1930s. And I have a video I'm going to show you some of the murals that I took, and that video will be coming out here in a week or so. Another thing I like about Morelia is the culture, and the people. The people here really embrace their culture. There's always seems to be some kind of festival or holiday coming up. They really celebrate the Day of the Dead. Every Saturday night in front of the main church, they light fireworks off at 9 o'clock. Recently, I had a relative visiting me, and we were able to go and get a fabulous meal at one of the restaurants that's behind the main church. And we finished up about 8:45 and went and got a good place to stand in front of the church along with thousands of other people. And at 9 o'clock on the dot, they started shooting the fireworks off and lighting up the church for everybody to see. And then after that, fireworks is over, there's probably a couple hundred old Volkswagens. Volkswagen Club had come and set up their cars, and that happens, frequently with what's going on in the city. The people here just love to embrace their culture and celebrate it anytime they can. Another thing that I really enjoy about Morelia is the food. There's lots of traditional Mexican foods here. The restaurants, a lot of them the chefs have trained overseas, and they come back and they put different flares to it. Like, for example, yesterday we went to a bar called Cactux, C-A-C-T-U-X, and I had a dish of shawarma and hummus with pita bread and some other kind of chicken-based thing. And for drink we had pulque, and pulque is a fermented beverage made from a certain type of agave. You might recognize its cousin beverages, tequila and mezcal, but that's something that you would be able to find here in Morelia, is the traditional beverages that maybe you wouldn't find in other places. Another thing I love, and you can see here it is, it's March 2nd, and you can see what people are wearing. The weather here is just amazing. The altitude for the city is, I believe, a little over 1,900 meters. It's probably a little bit higher than the altitude of Denver, Colorado. The sun is almost always out, except when you get into the rainy season, the middle of the year, like May, June, July. You'll have rain almost every day. But even now we're walking with basically, we have a light jacket on, but you can see the woman in front of us who's going for exercise. She's got a t-shirt, and you'll see some other people walking with shorts on. So the weather is very, very nice. Usually by 10 o'clock in the morning at this time of year, it's going to get into about the 80s. During the summer, you might get into the high 90s, but as you can see with all the trees, there's lots of places to have shade. In fact, I don't think I've been in a house yet here that has either air conditioning or a furnace. Like they just get a fan, or they get an extra blanket when it gets a little cold at night. Let's see, cost of living. I find the cost of living here compared to some of the other places I've been in Mexico extremely affordable. In my neighborhood, which is in the northeast part of the city, just outside the city, you can rent a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house unfurnished for probably right around 8,000 pesos for a house, maybe a little cheaper if it's an apartment. I know a foreigner who is living in Centro. He has a 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath house, and he's paying a little over $400 a month, but he's getting a nice discount because he pays his entire rent for the year, and that gets him a discount. Without the discount, you're probably looking at, if it was going to market today, maybe $600 for that apartment, and it's conveniently located right in Centro, maybe 6 or 7 blocks from the main street. So you've made it this far, and you want to know maybe are you a good fit for Morelia? I think that people that want to assimilate into the Mexican culture, this is definitely a place to put on your watch list or come explore list. If you want something more traditional, but you don't need the fancy nightlife of some of the other big cities, Morelia might be a good place for you. I think probably the type of people who shouldn't come to Morelia, if you have school-aged children, the schools here aren't necessarily the best. There's definitely other choices that you can go where the schools are so much better. So if you have any other questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you have any requests for videos of the future, please let me know, and I really appreciate it. My name is Troy, and thanks for visiting Silver Fox in Mexico.